In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a cool Christmas competition that I've been putting together that's going to allow some of you guys to win some cool tech for Christmas. Check it out. What's going on, guys? I hope you're all doing well. Just a quick one for you today, and also a bit of a note to say that my content over the next couple of weeks is going to be a little bit sporadic. I've got my whole house move coming up and lots of other things going on, so just bear with me. Let's get on to the tech then. So I had this really cool idea, or at least I considered it to be cool, but this cool idea of creating a competition for Christmas that would allow some of you guys to win some bits of tech. So I reached out to some of the companies that I've worked with over the year, and they've agreed to sponsor some bits of tech for this competition. Something else to note here is I haven't been paid or asked by any of these companies to create this video. This is just part of a fun little project that I wanted to create, and it's also going to be part of my Patreon livestream in a couple of weeks. Currently, we've got some tech from the likes of Aqara, Sonoff and Reolink. Now, there are also a couple of others, and I will get them added to this roster, providing I can get everything sorted in time. So that's pretty cool, but I guess you probably want to know what the bits of tech are. We'll start off with Aqara, and just in case you didn't know, they're a huge smart home device manufacturer that create devices in the range of hubs, sensors, controllers, cameras, door locks, lights, and more. They also recently released the new camera hub G3. For this competition, Aqara's providing an M2 hub, a door and window sensor, a motion sensor, and a temperature and humidity sensor. Next up, we've got Sonoff, who are another big smart home device manufacturer. They also create a wide range of different products in the form of DIY devices, cameras, switches, plugs, lights, and much, much more. Sonoff also recently released their new smart switch, the NS panel, which was successfully funded through Kickstarter. For this competition, Sonoff are offering a huge bundle. Their bundle contains their Zigbee bridge, their new Zigbee dongle, some Zigbee sensors, which includes their door sensor, their motion sensor, and the temperature and humidity sensor. To complete the bundle, they're also chucking in some of their lighting products. This includes things like the L2 2-meter waterproof LED strip, the L2 5-meter LED strip, and some of their smart bulbs. And finally, we've got Reolink. Reolink are a huge smart home camera manufacturer, and they create a whole range of different smart home cameras, and they've definitely got something that fits your camera need. Recently, they released the Reolink Duo, which is a dual lens camera with an ultra wide view. For the competition, Reolink are sponsoring one of their best-selling 4K PoE cameras, the RLC 820A. So those are the products that are currently up for grabs. They're great products to just add to your existing smart home or to give away as presents. And as I mentioned before, there might be a couple of other products to add to this roster. So if I can get them done in time, then they'll also be included. And if you want to stay up to date with what products they are, then be sure to be following me on my social media accounts. And also just check the description below, because if it happens, I'll list them there. Okay, so we've got our products, but what do we need to do in order to enter the competition? The competition involves you, the user, submitting a short paragraph on what your best or what your worst automation is, and it can be as detailed and as descriptive as you want, or as crazy and as eccentric as you want. But essentially what I'm looking for is just for a really cool automation, or a really epic fail of an automation, for you to just share with me. To help out with your descriptions or to do a demonstration, you can also optionally share some pictures and videos of your automation. Then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be going through all the submissions, and I'll be choosing my favourites. And once I've done that, I'll be doing a live stream with my Patreons where I'll be sharing those favourites. And as a collective, we'll be choosing some winners. To submit an entry, you're going to just need to fill in this handy Google form that I've put together. Now, to stop robots from ruining Christmas and causing a whole bunch of spam on this form, I've had to turn on submission limits. And what this will do is it will lock the form to only be able to sign in with a Google account. So you'll need a Google account in order to actually access this form. And that shouldn't really be a big issue for you, especially if you're watching this, because you've more than likely got a Google account for your YouTube. A couple of other things I want to just point out with this particular form is, although it asks you to sign in with your Google account, that Google account is never shared in the submission, so I'll never see your Google email address if that's something you're worried about. There is a little box here that asks you for an email address, and this is the email that gets shared on the submitted form. So if you want to change it to a different email address, maybe you've got a dummy email or a forwarding email, then you can set that there. But whatever you set it to, just make sure you do have access to it. I'll have a bit of information about shipment and delivery in the description below, so if you want to know if your region or locale is eligible for the competition, then just make sure you read that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If I do get a bunch of really cool best automations or some really funny worst automations, then I'll create a follow-up video to this where I just run through and share some of those. So that's the competition and how you go about entering it. If for whatever reason I've explained this like a potato and you still don't understand what you need to do to actually get an entry in, then just let me know in the comments below and I'll try and explain it a bit more betterer. A massive thank you to Aqara, Sonoff and Reolink for fronting the tech to support this competition, and an even bigger thank you to these awesome dudes. These awesome dudes are my Patreons and they support my channel, which allows me to keep on creating content. If you're interested in becoming one of these awesome dudes, then there'll be a link to my Patreon in the description below. So thank you for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.